Welcome to this three-part series on cybersecurity. The first video discusses cybercrimes. The second video talks about general cybersecurity practices. The last video examines specific cyber threats and how to protect yourself against them. This video is an introduction to cybersecurity with a focus on cybercrime and cybercriminals. Please take a moment to read the learning objectives for this video. Before we talk about cybercrime and cybersecurity, let's define these concepts. First, cyber is a root word that relates to the culture of computers, information technology, and virtual reality. Cyberspace is the online environment or world of computer networks. Cyberspace is synonymous with doing something or communicating online. Cybercrime is any criminal activity carried out using computers or the internet. Cybercrimes do not only happen online but also include crimes using a computer. Cybersecurity, computer security, or information technology security all refer to the same thing. Cybersecurity is measures taken to protect a computer against unauthorized access or attack. Just as you want to lock your apartment door against intruders, you want to protect your digital data. A question you have to answer is to what degree you want to worry about cybersecurity. If you don't take the action, it's a matter of time before you become a victim of a cybercrime. We hope these videos help you think through this question. Today's hackers are getting more sophisticated and growing more efficient at what they do. Cybercriminals run successful international enterprises built on exploiting and stealing from others. Hackers hack for a living. That's what they do, and they're very good at it. Cyber threats and security are not new. Computers have been getting hacked since their inception. The first spam email took place in 1978 when it was sent over the internet. A high school student unleashed the first computer virus in 1981. As long as there is something to exploit, someone will try to do it. This reality is the world we live in. Cybercriminals only play by their own rules. There is a steady increase in cybercrime because criminals are making money. Many nations refuse to investigate and prosecute cybercriminals when they target people in their countries. Hackers and governments want to access your data for various reasons. Damaging viruses such as ransomware are increasing because cybercriminals are making money exploiting people. These victims are willing to pay to the criminals to release their data. Cybercriminals use all sorts of techniques to steal personal or financial data. They're stealthy, working silently in the background to gain the data they need. Then, they use the stolen data or resources for their gain. You may not even know that the cybercriminals are exploiting you. Understanding cybercriminals helps to identify the various threats. These cybercriminals fall into three general categories, which are crackers, script kiddies, and criminals. The crackers and hackers are computer-savvy programmers who create attack software. Crackers find exploits or entryways in computer systems. Then they write software to exploit the vulnerability to gain control of the system. This group also includes your high-level hackers who infiltrate sophisticated computers. Crackers sell their software to the other cybercriminals who are not programmers. The next level of cybercriminals is the script kiddies, who know how to use the software created by the crackers that exploit unpatched software. They are unable to write their own hacking software, so they purchase the hacking software or test it for the others. The criminals are those who weaponize the attack software and use it to exploit users. They might create ransomware or use the software vulnerabilities to get usernames and passwords or financial information. Then they sell this information online. Many cybercriminals are professional criminals. They make their living through cybercrimes, which is how they get their money. They can directly steal money from the victim's bank account, extort money through ransomware, or they use the victim's information for monetary gain. Other cybercriminals, such as script kiddies, only want authority. They want to be known and accepted by others. Let's move on to classifications of cybercrimes. As we've discussed, cybercrime refers to anything done with criminal intent using a computer. Law agencies classify cybercrime based on how the criminal used the computer. We will discuss 4 types. The first type is using the computer as a tool to commit the crime. When the individual is the primary target of cybercrime, the computer is the tool used to commit the crime. These types of crimes are usually committed by scammers who are not technical experts. Instead, they buy the hacking tools from the crackers. These cybercriminals exploit human weaknesses to get the person to do something. For example, a cyber thief creates an email to look like an official email from the bank to trick the person into giving up their login information. Or they trick someone into buying a fake product at the price of the real one. These types of crimes and criminals are not new. Scams have existed long before technology, but technology makes it easier and gives cybercriminals a larger audience. Another classification of cybercrime is when the target is a computer. These crimes are committed by a selected group of criminals who have a high degree of technical expertise. These cybercriminals use malware, which is the malicious software, to destroy or steal data. These crimes also include the unauthorized access of a computer or account, such as hacking into someone's email or bank account. Another category of cybercrime is using a computer to sell illicit goods, usually by organized crime groups who use the dark web. They sell illicit goods such as drugs, counterfeit products, stolen items, or weapons. The final category that we will mention is offensive content and harassment. These crimes use computers or electronic communication to spread hate speech against the target group based on race, religion, ethnic origin, disability, and etc. These cybercriminals usually write this information in online forums or on websites. An individual or a group could harass someone through cyberspace. It's called cyberbullying. Harassment includes stalking, making threats of violence, or sustained actions against the victim that's unwanted or hurtful. Some common types of cybercrimes are phishing, identity theft, hacking, and spreading hate. Phishing is using fake email messages to get personal information from internet users. Identity theft is pretending to be someone else. used especially for obtaining credit cards or loans. Cybercrime often happens across international borders because the internet does not have borders like physical countries do. This reality turns fighting cybercrime into a worldwide issue. So far, 138 countries have created laws to fight cybercriminals. However, more work needs to be done because 20% of countries do not have such laws. In summary, cybercrime is any criminal activity carried out using computers or the internet. The target of the criminals could be an individual or a computer. Cybersecurity is taking measures to protect the computer from unauthorized access. Cybercriminals do not use the same rules as we do. They are criminals who use any means necessary to get what they want. They exploit anyone they can and use stolen data for their gain. The four cybercrime categories that we discussed are a computer as a tool, computer as a target, using a computer to selling illicit goods, and offensive content and harassment. Classifications of the computer as a tool are when the individual is the primary target of cybercrime, such as spam or phishing attempts. Classifications of the computer as a target are when cybercriminals target computer with viruses or unauthorized access.